AI. We hear about it all the time. Folks are constantly discussing it. Businesses think it's going to be the next step in business evolution. People are letting it figure out the futures, and everyone seems to be using it for everything. But what is it? AI is an umbrella term for artificial intelligence. It's primarily used in two separate forms in broader society. The first is machine learning, where a program is given a task, rewards, and eventually it figures out how to perform a task in the optimal way. It can generally be done with varying levels of supervision. You've probably seen the simulations run of machine learning AIs teaching a little dude how to walk from A to B, or studies about it predicting genotypes in fruit flies based on how they move. This is absolutely awesome. As for improved efficiency in tasks, and has genuine uses for predicting stuff like financial trends, medicine development, tracking data, and enhancing our ability to automate monotonous tasks with minimal input, making life a bit easier. Machine learning, absolutely awesome, fully supports development. Generative AI is a different story. Generative AI is essentially a tool that creates an output based on various inputs. So it can be used to generate scripts, art, music, anything sort of creative. It can consume data, produce an output. By itself, this isn't really an issue. However, when you start looking at how we use it in modern society, this is where we start to run into issues. The trouble is, generative AI databases are created by scouring the internet, using art, music, and writing available online to integrate within its own libraries without knowledge, consent, or even attribution to the artists used to feed those algorithms. Now, you've probably seen some people arguing that, AI bad. It's not just because, it's quick. In the art community, generally speaking, tracing, stealing, generally ripping off art is, it's a bad thing. Pretty universally agreed on, The issue a lot of artists are having with AI is that it's been trained on their work and producing images based on this. Something that is essentially theft. Companies are taking their work, feeding it to these databases, and training it to create art based on their work. Same issue lies in music. There's currently huge legal battles over whether generative AI produced content can be considered original, considering it's fed with data from the music and can mass produce melodies and lyrics to a point that no human could ever compete with it. If it's considered legally original content, all human-made music would likely end up being subject to paying royalties or copyright sign-offs to someone who's got all the rights to this because they got an AI and got it to generate every possible chord progression, every possible melody in a week. It's the same with novels. There's a lot of things that sort of tie into writing. You can feed it novels and get it to produce books based on that as well. It completely removes the human element, which on the one hand could be incredible, and on the other hand is incredibly dangerous. My perspective on it is this. Generative AI is not inherently bad. However, when it is being fed massive quantities of stolen data to train it to replicate other people's work, to replace the skills developed by everyone throughout history, and for people to be able to claim ownership of what it spits out and being able to make money from it, that's where I start to draw the line. This is one of those cases where there is an element of the genie's already out of the bottle. The bots have already been trained. You can't unteach them. Theoretically, you could. But if you tell me that, a billionaire business owner that's paid millions to get these programs fed and developed is just going to delete and restart because someone asked them nicely to, or because the government said you've got to, they're not going to do it. Those reservoirs of information are already there. There's nothing we can do to stop them from already having the data they have. And what terrifies me further is the willingness of governments and businesses to adapt it into their processes. There seems to be a huge corporate push to suggest that AI is going to be the next step in humanity, that it's already here, that it's already changing the way that we work, and that it's going to be amazing and incredible, it's going to replace humans. It needs serious regulation and development. It has the potential to revolutionise the way we work. It has the potential to reduce boring conversations. It has the ability to potentially support people in, say, you're filing your taxes. It has the ability to help people check the databases, make sure you're doing that correctly. And it has those positives. But it's the issues with the artistic side that really concerns me. When it comes to art, we've seen what it's got at the minute. It's not too concerning at the moment, but it's getting better. I'm sure you've all seen these adverts where, say, like there's an AI-generated lady who's going to be your romantic lover forever, and her limbs just keep morphing and her outfit doesn't seem to stick between frames. That's one thing for like little companies. What bothers me here is when we've got massive companies like Snail Games have recently put out a trailer for Arc Aquatica, where you can see it's been fully AI generated. We've got guys with like their toes are just being added to the sides of their feet and stuff. It's gross and creepy. And at the moment, you know, the quality's so bad that these companies are getting clowned on by people who don't even care. But it's only going to get worse. While it's janky and wrong at the moment, the more it's allowed to advance unregulated, the more it's going to be taking that risk of replacing the human touch. I'm sitting here thinking, like, what are the potential options to sort of get around this? If there were options to maybe like opt in to donating your work to generative AI databases, that could be an option. As far as I can tell, essentially, if your work is available on the internet, it's in a database. There's not really much you can do about that. What we've seen, there's actually a few legal issues going on at the moment. So there is, where is it? It's Meta. Meta allegedly has been using the shadow library LibGen, full of pirated novels, comics, artwork, scholarly documents, etc., and has been training its Llama AI on that, allegedly. Of course, this does raise the concern that major companies and corporations are just stealing. What do we do about that? I don't know. The information's there, it takes it on, it doesn't matter where you've got it, if it exists, it's in one of these databases now. On top of the theft, generative AI has been used to exploit vulnerable people. We've seen those adverts. YouTube is very keen on pushing these adverts about, you know, chat to your AI girlfriend, or, oh, here's a friend to really sort of support you and look after you when nobody's there for you. Humans were being pushed forward on what feels like a slow march to a future where we're placed within our wage cage for 16 hours a day. We are permitted to leave and speak with our robot girlfriend and then go to bed in our ultra-compact housing unit where there is just a bed and a toilet. I don't want that. I don't think any of us want that. In the name of efficiency, it'd be brilliant, but life is not about productivity or GDP. It's not about efficiency or maximising the grind. I would far rather have spent my life making and enjoying things that people have made and enjoying the things that people have made. I would rather have expressed myself and gotten to the end knowing I enjoyed life and that I've contributed to people's enjoyment, to humanity itself. Don't think it would delight me to sit looking at my AI automated stock portfolio and my high-paying career that's wound up sacking me because a robot took over my job. Humanity's not found in an Excel spreadsheet, nor is it found in an AI database. As humans, as consumers, make sure you support human art, whatever the medium. Drawings, paintings, novels, comics. Support human creators. Tell businesses you won't accept cheap imitations. We lose the arts, we've lost a part of ourselves. We've been creating arts as humans figured out how to smear mud on a cave wall. Don't let them take that away from us for cheap profits and quick products. I want to be entertained by people expressing themselves, not some crap an AI wrote without any real human input. I just want to thank you for watching this video through. If you did enjoy the content, please consider dropping a like and subscribe to the channel. We're looking to get some traction going this year, and I really do appreciate any and all feedback. If you want to catch me live, come on over to Twitch at twitch.tv/Sartana. We do play a lot of games and just kind of vibe, you know, we're chill. Usually around 8 PM GMT on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays. Have yourself a wonderful day. See you next time.